Welcome to the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. We are very excited that you're here. My name is John Herron. I'm an Associate Dean in the College of Arts and Sciences and a professor in the Department of History. And on behalf of my many faculty and staff colleagues, we want to thank you and welcome you to UMKC. Today you're going to hear from the parents of former and current students at UMKC who are going to share their experiences of what it was like when they were in your shoes just not that long ago. Believe me when I say we understand the stress of this decision. I have a high school age daughter, so I know what this is like to be in this situation trying to decide your future. She is knee-deep in standardized exams and college visits, and it's a very stressful process. Emails, texts, flyers from so many different colleges coming at you can make this process seem especially difficult. We understand. So please know that when your students come back here in the fall, that we will take care of them. Through personalized advising, through small class sizes, through guided access to our city, and through in-depth career preparation, we will make sure that your students not only leave campus academically prepared, but they're able to get the most out of their collegiate experience. They're able to leave our campus prepared to meet the challenges of the modern age. Once again, thank you for your interest in UMKC and welcome to campus.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Burris, and my son Will is a student at UMKC. He has a double major in economics and French, and he's also in the Honors College.
My name is Robin Gales, and my daughter is Kennedy Gales. Kennedy is an English and rhetoric major in the College of Arts and Sciences, and she is really involved with that. She works for the office in the college, and then she is heavily involved in her sorority, which is Delta Zeta.
Hi, my name is Chip Burton. My daughter Heather graduated from UMKC last year with a major in graphic design. We looked at a lot of different colleges and we were looking around, but she fell in love with UMKC. It was close to home. That was good for for her mom and I. And we loved the campus. The small classes were very intriguing.
Honestly, Kennedy had pretty much decided on another college, and then she decided at the last minute she wanted to come look at UMKC. As soon as she hit the campus, I just had this feeling that this was her school. And she told me by the end of that visit, this is where I'm coming. I'm sure this is where I want to be.
Will has always wanted to go to college, and anytime our family would travel someplace, we would drive through whatever college campus was nearby, and we also did specific tours of other colleges. We looked at several large public universities. We looked at small private colleges as well. And towards the end of his selection process, he knew he wanted to go to school in an urban area. He applied and felt that he was interested in economics, although he doesn't really know what he wants to do as a profession yet. But that's where the College of Arts and Sciences is so great, because he's really able to explore what he might want to do for real in the future. Attending
college is very important for my family. I was the first to graduate college, so I really impressed on my kids that I wanted them to graduate college. UMKC was very important to us because of all the small classes. I went to a large university, and you really get lost in the large classes. You really don't get to know all the rest of the students or the faculty. You're just kind of another number. Here at UMKC, Heather was able to really get to know her teachers, her classmates. She was actually able to get really close to the college itself, and actually got scholarships and grants and work programs within the college. And even to this day, she still keeps in touch with some of her teachers and people at the college.
Of all of my 4 children, Kennedy's probably the most independent and adventurous, so I knew that she would probably be okay as far as leaving. She's 3 hours from home, but I was very, very nervous about her being in Kansas City because it's considerably larger than the town that we're from. And honestly, she has just completely thrived here. She loves it. This is her hometown now, and unfortunately for me, she's probably never going to move back to our town because she loves it here so much.
I went to college and had a wonderful time. It was a totally different school than UMKC, but I wanted him to get a liberal arts education. That was a big value for me. And I also wanted him to experience all of the college types of things, like living in a dorm and being in clubs and making new friends and just trying new things.
I've been to orientation with all of my kids, and honestly, I thought UMKC was probably the most comprehensive. I really felt like they were paying attention to our questions. I didn't have any questions at the end of it.
Will had looked at the course catalog before orientation, and after orientation he worked with the advisor right on site to enroll in his courses right away. What's really good about the College of Arts and Sciences is they have dual advising. So although he works with an advisor who works with the entire college, he also has advisors in his majors who help him fine-tune his course of study and make sure that he's on the right track for graduation.
Her first year, I thought she was going to be calling all the time and really sad about, missing home and missing us. And we have a pretty close relationship, so I think it was a lot harder for me than it was for her. Her first year, she was in the dorms. She made tons of friends. She was one of those kids that got really heavily involved, and I know that they talk about that, like they really encourage you to join clubs and get out there and do things, and she actually did, and I think that made her first year amazing. She also joined a sorority that year, and the friends that she made in that, those are still her best friends now.
His first year of college went perfectly. It was everything I expected for him. He lived in the dorm. The Honors College has their own wing in the dorm, so he was with that cohort the entire time. He made good friends with his suite mates and his roommate. Even his first year, he did a lot of volunteering for different student groups. He made a really good group of friends. He hung out with a lot of the international students right away. So he was able to really get involved right from the very first day.
Kennedy's favorite part about the College of Arts and Sciences is the scholarships that she gets to help her pay for school. And with that, she's also had some grant opportunities where she got to travel to DC and Pennsylvania for different demonstrations and research projects.
Financially, UMKC was a really great choice for our family because they offer the metro rate. So Will was able to get in-state tuition right away. He qualified for another scholarship right away because of his ACT score. And then once you're at UMKC for a while in the College of Arts and Sciences, after a year you can apply for college-related scholarships. So he qualified for a couple of those and was able to stack those on to his other scholarships.
UMKC is in the heart of Kansas City, so it allowed a lot of opportunities with companies here in town. Heather was able to get an internship here in Kansas City her senior year of college. Within a few weeks, it actually turned into a real job, and she was actually able to start that job before she even graduated. That, from a parent's perspective, that was a great opportunity that made you feel good of where she went to school and the outcome and the great career she has today. Internships really work, and UMKC was very viable in helping her get that.
When she started school, she started as an accounting major, and we were pretty sure because all of high school was DECA and debate and all of that, and so she was very focused in the business world. And then she got here, I remember her telling me, a lot of her English professors were like, you're a really good writer, and she was kind of shocked by that. But then she really connected with one particular professor who just really encouraged her to do that and started really talking to her more about maybe being a college professor or something related to that. And then she switched her major and she never looked back. She knew that's where she should be. And so she will graduate this May with a degree in English and rhetoric, but then her plan after that is to take the LSAT and attend law school.
He knew from very early on he wanted to do study abroad. So he went to the orientation sessions for international studies, and he decided to go to France for an entire academic year. And so he added a French major onto that so that those hours would count towards something as well. There are so many opportunities at UMKC, and if your student makes the first step, reaches out, asks that first question, it opens up so many avenues to them. So I would encourage you to encourage your student to always be asking questions and making sure that they know the answer.